So I'm just leaving Knap Hill now. I've got a little circular route planned, which will take a couple of days and get back here. So we're going to follow the ridgeway. This is kind of the start of it here, look. It's all going to be like this. Up to Barbury Castle. And then a little bit beyond there, what I want to do is get back down to Marlborough. I take a track called Wansdyke, which will bring me back through Westwoods, where the Stonehenge big sarsen stones came from, and back up to the top of here so I can get back to my van, which I've left at Knap Hill. So yeah, it should be 2 or 3 days, probably be a 2-day hike. Yeah, you can just see looking back where I've been camped up. That's Adam's grave up there. Just carrying along this chalky track, which is called the Ridgeway. Look at all the flint in the fields, look. Come out of the fields, you've got all this stone. Let's see. Hiya. Hi. How you doing?
Okay.
Good. Looking down on these valleys. So just heading towards Avebury. There's Silbury Hill in the distance. That big pudding. The biggest man-made mound in Europe. Some people say it's a bit of a pyramid. It's actually, if you go close to it, it's actually got flat sides on it. Bit of a special hill, really. It is Neolithic, and they don't know what it was built for. They've tried to excavate it over the years, dug a hole right down through the middle, and then dug one in the side, and they found nothing. But what they did find was, when they reached ground level, digging a hole right down through, once they reached the bottom, they found grass, the original grass, and you wouldn't believe it, but the original grass in there was green. It was still green after probably 4,000, 5,000 years. Pretty amazing. You know, even though I'm on the road in my van and camping in the van and driving around, and that would be kind of mucking it for some, it still feels a lot more freedom getting your backpack on and just hitting these trails, mainly because you're just off the road, you know, and you really do get yourself, oh my god, you just really do get yourself in the middle of nowhere. You know, you can see behind me this whole valley that, you know, all down there. There's like no traffic, no nothing. I'm kind of away from everyone and everything. Oh, it's really special. And I'm on the road anyway, so I'm coming away from a lot of people. Well, no, I haven't. I've been camping with a lot of people. I've been mixing with people, that sort of stuff. Getting your backpack on with your tent, and there's no rules about doing a bit of a satellite. I call it a satellite. So you park your van up. You've been camping in your van for a week, park it up, and then head off for a couple of days. Come back to your van, back to your space station, back to your home. Yeah. Look at that valley over there. That's awesome. That. No roads, no nothing. There is like a track, but I think it's just a farmer's track. So this is looking over to Avebury, and this is East Kennet down here. There's someone who's got a nice little hidey hole. Excellent. even though I'm on the ridgeway, there's always different paths. And this one's a sign, look, saying, yeah, Sarsen Way. So this is part of the start of the River Kennet. It's fairly deep. I don't know if it's, it might possibly be deep enough to swim in, I'm not sure. I think I remember a friend of mine, Dave, Guitar Dave, coming down here and having a dip when we were all up on the ridgeway by the sanctuary one year for the solstice. You alright? You're allowed on then? Nice. Hello you. Oh, yeah. You had a bath now? Yeah, not bad. Yeah, just going on a walk, going camping. Yeah, I'm going up to. I'm heading to Barbury Castle. So I'm just looking back down on the ridgeway where we usually park. There's some travellers down there. This is where I normally park for the summer solstice, but they've stopped us last couple of years, so we have to park elsewhere. But normally in the summer solstice, all this is just loads and loads and loads of vehicles and parties, and it's a real good laugh up here. I'm just walking up this bit. There's normally, if the horse-drawn come to the solstice here, they come around this corner and there's a woodland over here, look, with the trees. And that's where they, that's where I've seen them camp before. And I've gone and joined them for a couple of ciders. Lovely, lovely bunch of people. They're those woods that I said about with the horse-drawn when they go down there. They pull in those woods. Sometimes I've seen them in there. Beautiful vista. Looking over Avebury. You can just see the top over there. To the right of those trees, just see the top of Silbury Hill. Just see the top of Silbury Hill there, look, poking out. And Avebury is down there, amongst those trees down there. It's a hare right in the distance. God, we never get hares in Cornwall. Just looks a bit like Dartmoor there, and that's called Grey Weathers. And Dartmoor has the Grey Weathers stone circle, and the men look like Grey Weathers sheep from a distance. We're looking for a crossroad up here somewhere, and we've still not reached it, but it is up here. And then once you get to the crossroads, to the left will definitely be where we can see Avebury. And I'm not sure, I think we go straight ahead at the crossroads, but I'll check the map as we're going along. So there's my first proper glimpse of the Grey Weathers. And the ones at the top of the hill, which I just showed you. And also all around the field, look. See them? And those stones are all sarsen stones. So a lot of them are actually massive underground. You can just see the tips of them. And they're exactly the same stones as the big stones at Stonehenge and the big stones at Avebury. So you can imagine the size of some of those. And this is possibly where they got the stones from for Avebury. They say they got the sarsen stones for Stonehenge from westwards, which we'll pass through tomorrow or the following day. But yeah, this is the Grey Weathers. Love it. You're out in the middle of nowhere, and here you've got these signposts, look. There's even a proper road signpost there. Now this is a proper old crossroads, and they used to hang people on crossroads, didn't they? So I won't be staying here tonight, that's for sure. Motor vehicles. 1st of October to the 30th of April, except for access. Yeah, I can't. writing's gone on there. What's from this one over here? This one looks in better nick, this one. Ridgeway, ridgeway. That's a byway, that's a byway. We've got Sarsen Way. We've seen that one before, haven't we, when we were past them earlier. Sarsen Way. It's like how many signs can you get on one post? Amazing. And we're not alone, look. There's some voices. There's a couple of horse riders coming along. I thought I was the only person out here. Mind you, it's a bit easier on a horse, I reckon. Right, so we're going straight on up this way. Up to Barbury Castle. Here we go, there's a great view of Avebury Henge, and I've never seen it from like a bird's eye view before, but can you see that whole parameter of the screen now? You see the henge wall going around the woodland with the town on the other side. So it kind of starts top left now, see that ridge going along, and then it goes along, you can see it goes up and down, and all the way around, and you've got the village in the middle of the henge. You can see that, Avebury Henge. And then there must be, well, Windmill Hill is a really special place, and it's above Avebury. So Windmill Hill, it's hard to see because we're high up here, but it must be there where those trees are there. That must be Windmill Hill, that high spot there. Not the trees on the horizon, but the ones just below, the darker ones. And I think that's probably Windmill Hill. And that's a really ancient site. I mean, that precedes the date of Avebury and Stonehenge, I think, Windmill Hill. It's a very old site. Look at that old sarsen stone sticking up out of the ground, look. That's a big one. It's quite a distance from me, that, look. Funnily enough, just notice that sarsen stone I pointed out, it's surrounded by hawthorn trees, which in Celtic, they're really special trees. They're like holy trees, you know. It must be a special stone. Wow. Undiscovered until now with Mark Horsebox. Baby cows. Look at these calves. He's not very old, that one there. Look at him. Not very old, are you? Where there are cows in a field, there are water troughs. So you can always get water, just not from the trough. You need to get it from the little pipe that comes in. Yeah, I've got water though, so I'm alright. I've been dragging a litre of water around with me on this hike. I downed a litre before I hit the trail, so it hydrated me up nicely. And but yeah, it's good to know that there is water nearby, because there's no streams or rivers up here on the ridgeway. Whew. And it's a hot day. You can see the sweat on me. That's mainly due to overindulgence over the last few days, or over the last week. In liquid form and in food form of eating too many burgers and that sort of stuff. So need this walk to sweat it all out. There's some big sarsens just laying next to the ridgeway, look. I'm quite far out. I think I'm quite far away from everywhere really here. You hear the bird song? Oh, these are hawthorn as well. Hawthorn and elderflower, I think that is there. There's some strange landscapes out here, look. These hills and that flat field. Oh, we've got another sarsen stone here, look. Probably why it's called the Sarsen Trail. Littered with sarsen stones up here on the ridgeway. Got all info here. Coffee lunch shop, 3 kilometres to the left. So it's 11 minutes past 8 in the evening. And I'm just out here in the middle of nowhere in the beautiful peacefulness of Wiltshire. Look at that. On this ridgeway. I'm just going to keep walking. I planned on walking for like 5 hours. I set off at 5 o'clock, something like that. I say it's, it's 12 minutes past 8 now. I think I've got plenty of time. The sun's still up and all is well. And now the Sarsen's trail is finished, looks like, and we're on the White Horse Trail. This is a nice bit of the ridgeway. I know it's filmed into the sun, well, I can't help that, but there's a view right along. It's almost like we've come to the edge of the bowl where we've been walking up and up and up and up and up from that side. And now we can see over the other side. Nice little path, this one. Look at that. It's beautiful. See, there's a clump of trees at the end. We should be getting to a road soon. We've got to cross the road and carry on going. Possibly through those trees or by those trees. What a lovely evening. So we've just done 7 miles. It's clicked up on my watch. It is 20 past 8. And what a lovely evening. And the sun's still out. Amazing. Too early to pitch a tent yet, so keep going. Wiltshire welcomes you. The White Horse Way. There you go. You can explore them all. I've actually been here before. There is actually a white horse just down here. Might not be able to film it very well. I don't have a drone, so, but we can have a look. Yeah, as I predicted, it's it's not going to look ace without a drone, I don't think. Oh, it's on quite a steep hillside, but you can kind of, I think these are the legs. Up here is the tail, 2 back legs, you've got 2 front legs, and the head is up there. I think you probably see it better from down there, but I'm not going to do that. I'll do this for YouTube, but not that. So it's a steep enough climb to walk back to where I was from here. And here's the head. Oh, and there's an eye. So you've got the ears and the eye. Look, there you go. Whee! That might be the best view of it, upside down. Can you imagine? I'll give it some scale there, look. This is the one on the way to Marlborough. From Swindon direction, I think. And there's some more horses in the same field as the white chalk one. Ooh. All turning their back on me, look. Come on, I come all the way from Cornwall. Hey. That's the one we've just seen. Hackpen Hill. White horse. And that's the info on it there. This is where we are now. Up on the downs. Look at that. That wagon. It's a smart wagon, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
That's ace.
Yeah, it's all, yeah. It's all right, yeah.
Lovely. There's interesting people with the wagon there. Got some music going. They said there were a lot of people up here for the solstice on this part of the ridgeway, but a lot of people have gone to Glastonbury now, so excellent. What a beautiful evening. See the sun rays there. I read somewhere that circles of trees like this can mark where an ancient hill fort once was. Whether there's any truth in that, I don't know, but it's something to do with putting the wood in the ground and then the wood... No, it can't be, can it? But anyway, some of these circles of trees like this mark where ancient hill forts once were. Hey. There's my first glimpse of Barbury Castle. See that? Wow, that's cool. That is cool. Look at it. That's a big lump, isn't it? That's Barbury Castle over there. Supposedly a place of a lot of UFO sightings and orbs and special things going on around here. Quite a big old hill fort. I bet a lot went on there. A lot of battles or whatever, or they could tell a lot of stories. Yeah, I've managed to walk from Knap Hill all the way over to Barbury Castle in it's just over 4 hours now. 4 hours 1 minute. I'm not quite there yet, but I have been stopping and stuff, so pretty chuffed with that. It's about 9 miles when I get there, or maybe just over. That's not bad. Well done, Mark. Yeah, and I left it till 5. Well, I left it till like just gone 5. I think it was like 20 past 5, something like that, when I left, because it's been so hot. I just thought, you know what, it would just be so draining to try and get here in the heat of the day. I mean, it's something like 20, what was it today, 26 degrees, something like that. And also I had things to do, and it was all like, I had to get my bag sorted and go and have a shower, because I hadn't had a shower for days, and all that sort of stuff, because I wanted to be fresh for walking. I want to be hygienic. I actually didn't know if I would get here or not, because all I had was a map, and just looking at the map and speaking to people, and they're going, really? You're going to Barbury Castle from Knap Hill? Whoa. But actually, no, it is doable. Very doable. So it's been quite a pleasant walk as well. Just got to try and find a place to camp now, but I've got about an hour to find somewhere. As long as I'm pitched up by about 10 would be ideal. If not, no hard fuss, because I've got a head torch. I can pitch it in the dark, it's not a problem. There's not a lot to do. I didn't want to get there too early and pitch my tent and then just hang around for ages. I'm just looking at the scale of this thing. This is huge. Look at that. See the mound that it's on? It goes up that side. You've got the castle at the top. Look at that. That's to the mound, like right there. See how it goes off? I mean, give it scale. There's like a house there or something. Look at the size of that. That's huge. I want a bit of a stealthy camp tonight, so I've got my Coleman Regal X2, and plus it's really lightweight. It's a one skin tent, but perfect this time of year, and I can kind of tuck it into hedges and things, so a little bit stealthy. Just that tiny little tent, but it is actually a 2-person tent, so there's enough room in it to put my bag and things in as well. But I'm just going to get it set up in this field. And there's Barbury Castle there. Someone's actually on the castle. I wonder if people are camping up there tonight. Just going to get my tent set up. I can hear a Land Rover coming down. I think it passed me on the way up and they're coming back down again. So I'll keep my head down for a minute and update you when I'm all set up in my tent. So just a quick look at my stealthy setup. I've got my X-bed mat in there. I haven't got the under sheet for that. I've got the full sheet on me, but I haven't put it in there because this is quite nice and grippy, this tent, so it's not moving around. So, and it's insulated anyway, my X-bed mat, Ultra 3R. I've checked for thistles and that sort of stuff, so hopefully I'm all right. It's not going to puncture. And I got my mountain equipment solo sleeping bag, a little liner there. I've got my Trekology pillow. And got all my other stuff there, just stuffed in the side. I haven't stayed in this tent for a long time. Actually, the seam sealant that is going up there. Once I'm in there, it'll all be nice and snug, it'll be fine. But there's no room to sit up and read or anything. So that is our setup. You wouldn't believe, right? I saw this Land Rover going up the ridgeway, and basically I saw it up there and it stopped at a woodland. And I came down here and I found a really hidden spot, if you like, to pitch my tent. And the Land Rover came down the ridgeway. It pulled right down here, turned around and stopped right where I pitched the tent. But there's a little road on the other side. I'll show you. Little road there, look. And it just stopped on this little road. And then they got out and had a fag. The two people, got out and had a fag. I'm like crouched right down like this. I was blowing up my my mattress. I just stopped doing everything. complete silence. You could hear them like dragging on their cigarettes. And they just jumped back in again and drove off, but they stopped right here. There's no way they could see me from where they came down, unless they've got a drone up there or something. Why would they stop right next to my tent? It's a bit strange, really. There are people also up on the castle tonight. Oh, there's quite a few people walking down. Oh my God, there's people. But they look like they're in robes. In white. Oh God, there's been loads of UFO sightings and stuff here. Hope they're not like aliens coming down to get me. I'm going to keep my head down. Mini cheddars. Great little snack. Hey. Look how still it is this evening. Look at my view from my tent. Look at that sky. Ooh.